Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, welcome to Bridgewalkers. I see you all made it through the solstices. You have all raptured and are here with us now in the new earth. We're here. We made it. You guys made it. Woohoo! Welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh, I am lighting up some sacred sage here just to bring that energy, just to cleanse and purify, purify our space, our place, making sure that we are just all feeling fresh and clean and sacred and holy in this sacred place together. And thank you guys. Thank you everybody for being here. It's so exciting. You know, Rev Ned and Dana and I are so honored to be in this space with you guys. Every time we get together, every time we talk about this, oh, I feel like crying. We just are so honored to be here with you and everyone who shows up, the comments, the love that we get. And we just want to thank you guys. We want to thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting, this YouTube program because it's so beautiful and our hearts and our souls are really the bridge walkers here. And each of you that join us, whether live or later, are bridge walkers with us. We're all on this journey of walking the bridges of life. And so thank you. Thank you for sharing. So oh, I just invite you to accept this clearing, this beautiful sacred sage, this holy presence, to allow it to cleanse your aura, your heart, your mind, your soul, your home, whatever needs to be clearing today, and just allowing you to lift in the frequency that we're bringing in today, because we're going to be talking about living simply. And so here we have got Rev Ned, the old hermit on the hill. We're bringing in his beautiful videos, his beautiful wisdom and teachings today. And we've got Dana Sparkle Rue, who we just keep giving different nicknames because he cannot be tied down to one name. He is multidimensional, multi-wisdomy, and super, super grateful to be sitting here with them. And I'm Michele Amburgey. I am an intuitive guide. I am a spiritual teacher, a spiritual healer. I do a lot of different things, and you can find out about me on micheleamburgey.com. I do all kinds of stuff. I do art therapy, life coaching, hypnotherapy, all that kind of stuff. So we're here with you today um, as bridge walkers, walking all of us. If you're here, if you're finding this, you too are a bridge walker, and we're doing this together um, in love, in pure love. That's the whole point of all of this. So, what I want to do really quickly, first of all, is I want to get this chat up here so everybody can see the chat, can see who's here. We got Cosmic B, we got the Kevinator here with us, and let's start. Now that we've cleared, we brought in that sage, we brought in that sacred presence. Let's start with our prayer, and it's going to be a very simple prayer because that's what we're talking about today is living simply. So let's all take a nice deep breath together, and if you like, you can close your eyes. If you want to keep your eyes open, that's okay. Whatever we do, everything is accepted here in this pure love space. And we know each of us are sacred and holy, and that our way is good. Our way, however we worship, however we connect to the divine, however we feel the divine within us, it's all beautiful and perfect. And so we just take a nice deep breath together, breathing in and breathing out, just feeling our hearts connect. And we begin with, Beloved, I am, be with us. And beloveds, clear away the dross of life and let us begin to live the beauty of a simple life. Clear our thoughts and align them with divine thoughts. Clear our emotions and align them with divine emotion, with pure love. Clear our bodies and align them with the divine blueprint of absolute, a holy perfection. and clear our spirit, that we align with divine existence. And as we choose to let go of the ego identity that we've gained from the past, our ego melts away and the crystal purity of our true nature appears. As we stop obeying the programming of the world around us, we become deeply connected to the divine within. As we let go of others' demands and expectation, we become free to experience the true divine presence that is at the core of our very nature. And we become free by living simply in accordance with our divine essence. Freedom becomes our experience. And we're so grateful. Thank you for this knowing. I am that I am. And so it is. And so let's all just take a nice deep breath into that. Ooh. And something that came to me right after the eclipse is that we are in new terrain, my friends. You know, we are in new terrain. We're at a new atmosphere. We're at new levels. And those of us who have allowed ourselves to be that, and it's even beyond frequency, it's beyond consciousness. It's something that we don't have words for. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And so I'm excited to be here. I'm calling it the new terrain. Those were the words that Archangel Michael gave me on Tuesday, where I was like, okay, we're still here. Now what? Says you are truly in new terrain. So welcome, you guys. I laugh and giggle when I say we've all been raptured together. Hey, who's to say we didn't? We're all here, right? So let's listen to Rev Ned's video. Rev, would you give us a preamble? Let us know what we're getting ourselves into.
Thank you for the prayer. Thank you for who you are and your wonderful energies. And thank you, Mr. Sparkle Ruse, for our friendship and love. And for everyone that's here. What I can see, a vineyard grape is out there on your coast.
San also, Diego.
And then the Cabinator and Cosmic TB. But anybody who's out there that'll see this later, we really do appreciate you being here. Mm-hmm. Preparing for the video was very mystical. The many times I sat down at the table to write, to be creative, energies just kept flowing and flowing and flowing. I had enough, and Vineyard Grape would know this. She's heard the 2-3 hour classes that I've facilitated. I had enough material probably for 3 2-hour classes. I just kept writing and writing and writing. And I said, that's not going to work. That'll take an hour and a half. You can't do that in an hour program, hour and 15-minute program. So I worked on it, got it down to 6.5 minutes, and the mystical energies flowing. Then we went to Helen Rood Preserve to film at a very simple bridge. And the energies, 4 Mile Creek was flowing because of all the rain we've had. The frogs were talking, the squirrels, the butterflies, the tree people, Mama Earth, there was amazing, the energies. I laid some tobacco down so I could even start to give thanks. So I think these energies will come through the words, through me, through all that was around me. It was quite mystical and the whole process of this video. Mm-hmm. And I thank my wife, who's always there helping me to create these videos.
Oh, she's so amazing. All righty. Let us enjoy. We're taking us away. We're bringing the Rev in. Let's do this.
Thank you, Skyfuls, for being with us here on Bridgewalkers. Our program is entitled Living Simply. We are here at a local preserve with a very simple bridge behind Rev. Water's flowing east of me. Is simple living Living simply like these Rev thingy-majigs, like not wearing a watch for 40-some years, not having one of those suits and tie thingies for decades. The wife and I wear simple clothes, some from years ago. Is living simply like in March of 2020, I was nudged by the divine energies for the wife and I to stay home for a sabbatical. We did not go out and eat till March 2024. Is that living simply? Seeing only 9 movies on the big screen, living simply? How about our 2019 van has only 17,000 and some miles on it? Is that simple living? Sometimes we get gas once a month, and sometimes our lady, our van, gets stretched out to 2 months. Simple living? Is there more to our simple living on the hill where we dwell and walk and breathe? Is there something deeper within, Rev, where living simply has its roots? Are there energies deep within where the transforming, living simply vibrations come from? You know, from living inside out and not outside in. Heck yeah, beautiful souls. Grandma Sheldon would say, goodness gracious, child, yes. For Rev, living simply begins within me, in my inner essence, in my head thoughts, in my heart thoughts. Cambridge Dictionary defines simplicity as these energies. The fact that something is easy to understand, not complicated, like Rev. Or do we make life more complicated by our choices of lifestyles and energy? Cambridge goes on. The fact that something is ordinary, traditional, or natural. Since you are an eternal being, is this the short, natural, and traditional according to this current life set on earth? Or is it who you really are as a traditional, cosmic, eternal being? This needs some power pondering on by each one of us. Cambridge goes on. The fact that something is plain and has no decorations, without unnecessary extra things. Interesting. Materialism, you think? Simple living produces beautiful, meaningful fruit. The systems out there cannot produce these amazing fruits of the more. Those systems will warn you slap out. Thank you, Grandma, who's coming through. Yes, my near-death experience in 2018 supported the importance of living simply. In 2021, Red had a stroke. I didn't know my family. I did not know how to shower, floss, text right. This stroke provided how important and transforming living simply each day is, which creates thankfulness, appreciation, and Rev's energies expand and touch others and the cosmos. Through these experiences, Rev believes every breath and every step is sacred. So simply living in pure love are like jelly and peanut butter sandwich to Rev, very inviting and deliciable. Living simply produces amazing inner fruits in our lives that we all need in this current reality. You know what, precious ones? The less societal energies Rev has to deal with each day, the more I can focus on who Rev is and how I can stay grounded and connected to all that is, and wrap that in pure love so I can expand who I am and impact the cosmos with positive, moving, and growing energies. Living simply in pure love attracts positive entities and incredible higher energies. Rev decides, just like you, what energies I allow in, those I do not allow in each day. Basic, simple choices. Amazing beings. Guess who said, quote, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, end of quote. Leonardo da Vinci. I'm not talking about that Ninja Turtle cartoon dude. The real Leonardo, who crossed over in 1519. Living simply keeps Rev connected and grounded to the Creator, to Mama Earth's energies and ways, keeps me in the flow and the grow of the mystical more. These energies stir up the thankfulness and appreciation and tranquility and so much more. Living simply for Rev is a dance in pure love of the eternal life we have. This incredible love I have taught on for 41 years and had to live it has expanded my energy connections to so many entities of love and energies, not allowing the so-called lower controlling energies to influence and guide my path on my sacred journey. Simply stated, to live simply has kept me grounded in the higher energies of pure love and wonderful fruits thereof. If you have not yet done this, give it a try. Stop for a little bit and think about the choices you are making that impacts your life many times a day, each and every day. You are a powerful being, a cosmic soul. You have control of most of the energies that we encounter every day. Confucius, who was born in 551 BCE, said, quote, "Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated," end quote. How do we complicate our daily lives? By our multiple daily decisions we make? So many beings blame their complicated, discombobulated lives on this or that person or this and that group and institution, which actually creates more layers of confused energies. Consciously and subconsciously, we make decisions that bring in the positive or negative energies. You and I are ancient souls. Staying grounded, staying connected to the cosmos is a mystical charging point for us. Living simply creates the cosmic atmosphere for us to do just that. Living in simplicity is a path back to our divine self, to who we really are. Simple living expands our divine energies in amazing ways. Simple living in our heart thoughts and our head thoughts enable us to walk on in the path of living simply. The more I came to the awareness and reality of the authentic Rev of who I am eternally and cosmically, brought more and more simplicity into my life. You see, I did not fit into those societal classifications and categories. Being me is so less complicated, simply Rev. I came to the deeper realization what the system energies were really doing to me was keeping me from being me. The energies out there want to keep you from the real you. You can make top shelf decisions that can impact your life in wonderful and beautiful waves of the energies each day. Enjoy this Bridgewalker program. Marvelous. Michele has her wonderful wisdom to share. Dana Sparkle Ruse has a song and the deep more for you. And Rev will be in these delightful blend of cosmic energy somewhere. Thank you simply for being here with us. You are a cosmic wonder. There is so much more for you. Let us bridge walking together. You are amazing.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Good job, bud.
I had lots of help.
Ooh, man,
A
I
lot of help.
could feel that the energies were spiraling up and I kept seeing eagle wings. I kept seeing eagle wings in the spiral. It was so cool. And when you spoke of your grandmother, I felt that that was her. Oh my God, I'm getting total chills. Wow.
The last few months, I've had a picture of her. Grandpa crossed over when I was 10 in 1963. I was very close to my grandma, my dad's mom. Spent a lot of nights there with her. And up till the week that she went into a coma and I helped her cross over, she would say, she was born in 1900 and she died in 1998. She said, "I remember on September 1920, and the sun was coming." She had everything. I mean, I forget things in a day that she remembered from all those years. She was amazing just being in her presence. And I've
Oh
learned a
yeah.
lot of southern phrases from her also.
Like bless
So
his pointed head, bless his heart. Oh my gosh, so wonderful. And it was neat too when I was feeling that eagle wing and your grandma. my grandfather, who studied with the Crow Indians and the Lakota a little bit, but he was I believe he was Crow. Um, I felt his presence really strong too. There's that place you were at. I feel almost like it's like a portal, able to bring in these beautiful, high, ancient wisdom energies, and it was so neat. The grandmothers and the grandfathers, I'm feeling that really strong. Wow.
The
Thank you.
water people, the water people were very strong.
Oh
They
man.
really were.
You- Wow. It's just so, and the wings, it's like I'm still seeing the wings. I'm still seeing the wings of eagles. Oh,
The other, I don't know, a few weeks ago, too, the wife and I, since we live out in the country, we saw an eagle, and it's just a blessing to see one. When it's flying overhead, and it was quite amazing. But there's eagles that nest nearby where we were at by the lake. There's
mhm.
a big natural not natural, but a man-made lake, and the eagles nest on the corner of the north end of that lake.
Ah, so
So
beautiful. So beautiful. I am, we have hawks here. We've got peregrines and we've got red tails. And whenever I can hear them out there and they're the call and they'll fly over my house, I'm really connected to red tail hawk. And I feel the eagle energy coming in. And, it's like, thank you, my brothers and sisters for bringing in the energy of your people, right? Because they're all related. They're all cousins with the eagle. And oh, it's so good. I'm just feeling that eagle energy. I want to invite everybody to kind of open up and just receive that eagle is here very strong. For those of you that I'm not even saying for those of you that can, we're there. We're in it with that ancient wisdom. And I love how you said that we're all ancient souls. That really is so true. And you gentlemen here today, it's such an honor to be with you because you guys just carry such wisdom and such honor and grace within you that is so important. And like you were saying in the video, it's so important that we get rid of, or not even get rid of. It's like just tap into that consciousness of being simple, and our world has gotten so complicated, especially since our what my kids and I call the lockdown. And how that really is like, it's like the world really changed during that, the consciousness, the collective consciousness. And in many ways it was kind of a negative thing, but look at the awakening that's happening. Look at how many people whose minds have opened up, how we've become more conscious. It's almost like we were mandated to retreat into our homes, into our shells, into our ancient caves, into our teepees, right? Into our yurts, into our spaces, our home places. And we're able to kind of reconnect to something that I imagine those in power did not expect. And yet here we are in new terrain, right? We're in new places in the heart, new places in the mind, new places in the soul. And we're finding that living simply is so important because all this other stuff is just noise, right? It's just Maya. It's illusion. It's not something that we have to buy into. And it fascinates me when we say no to something, like, no, I'm not buying into that theory. I'm not buying into that thought. I'm not buying into that group. I'm not buying into these things that are constantly being presented to us. And the world doesn't end. It's like, oh, no big deal. It's like the illusion is like, oh, okay, well, I'm not getting any more energy here. Off I go. And it was so funny because I know it's like it didn't mean anything. We gave it the importance. We gave it the power.
We gave it the authority that it didn't necessarily deserve. When our voice is the future's projector,
Yep.
projecting frequency.
Yep.
Now,
Absolutely.
I'm and you know, and sometimes it takes going without that sacred voice, and being told, you know, to discover it, and I think that a lot of people are they're seeing that you know, the atmosphere is a little bit bigger than perhaps your previous perceptions could wrap their minds around, and you know what, that's okay. See, that's the thing. It's okay. It's okay if everything is not what we thought it was.
Yes.
It's okay if everything is not what we thought it should be, because you know what, you know, it feels good to live in a fantasy space, you know, because you know, when there's a you know, when we should, you know, and fear cannot drive our frequency. It can't be the founder of our frequency, because if it is, then we're in reaction mode. We're not in creation mode. We're in you know, we're in defensive protection. And you know, that was a good thing too. It was a good thing. You know, what's beautiful is going out and being a part of ceremonies that are larger than the typical American comprehension. For a long time, it opens your mind, and you know, and when you have this, when you allow yourself the space, when you give yourself the space, then you can go through, you can process, you can purify, you can flush this, you know, you know, what Rev's just talking about it, living simply. What does that mean? It means purify your life of everything that don't mean nothing. Everything that don't mean nothing. That means the latest, you know, iPhone. That might mean, you know, the next awesome vehicle. Like, you know, you can buy one for half price if it's not new. You know, like it's got less spyware on it too. You know, that's a good thing. But it's you know, we're not here. We're here to experience this reality, and living simply at the core is always, as Rev has said, it's allowing love to rule all relations, as best you can, given whatever circumstances you got. That's as simple as it gets. And love honors. Love honors. It accepts. It gives the room for recalibrations. You know, if everyone's in that space, and it takes agreement for that to happen. And when we're by ourselves thinking about something that we're alone on, well, we're not, because you, me, Rev here, we have an agreement that with each of these shows, everyone has the potential to be better than they were the day before. That's, I mean, it's unspoken, it's unsaid. It is simply the only reason that we do this show. We're not here for money. We're not asking for money. We want, you know, like that's not a part of this deal. But we have been isolated. So this show is a product of that isolation. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity to use what you make me, what you told us we had to use, because I'm gonna use it to say, hey, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Mm.
That's the only reason I'm here. Rev loves you. Michele loves you. When we love ourselves, that's a consensual agreement, and we have a capacity to project our future again.
Yeah.
But when we're in a space where we're not really loving on ourselves, then we're all alone, and there's no consent. There's no appropriate consent, and you know what? There shouldn't be, because we don't belong alone. We belong under the universe. We are related to it. We can't get away from it. But everything we say, it hears. You know, the cell phones are not new technology at all. At all. You can
No.
call it, we can call it evolution, but no, it's nature's creation mechanisms. They're always in communication. Now, just because we don't know how much we are in communication with everything around us doesn't mean it's not going on.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And being conscious of that is so important. The very waves in our air from all the technology it's moving through us. We're all connected through those waves, and so it's so important to choose what wave you're on. Sounds hippy dippy, but we can choose what wave, what frequency that we're riding on, that we're in compliance with, that we choose. And we can create new waves of consciousness, new waves of connection by what we choose, by what we feel, by how we decide to place our attention. And even beyond that, we don't have to choose the waves that are there. We can create our own by making new choices, new thoughts, new ideas, tapping into that inner deep spaces that hasn't been projected out into the wave field, right? That hasn't been out there for a long time. That's part of the ancient wisdom that is returning to the earth, that is returning to humanity, that we all are feeling bubbling up. This is part of this awakening that we're all experiencing. It's not something totally new and different. It's something ancient and powerful, and it's coming and it's awakening, and it's like a lion or the eagle within all of us that just says, let me be heard. And every single one of you here, I'm being told, has felt that and is feeling that right now. We feel that something that's happening in the world. And a lot of people are like, oh no, bad things, bad things. It's like, mm-mm. It is the great awakening. There's so many different words. The return of Christ through each and every one of us, the return of the ancient wisdom, the return of the rainbow tribes, the return of the eagle, right? That's some of the prophecy from the Native American cultures too. It's the return, the condor too. I'm also hearing the condor, the return of the condor, the coming
The
together
mirror,
of condor and
eagle, and
eagle.
condor.
Mm-hmm. Coming back together. It's rising up from you guys.
And it's
We have
happening.
to get rid of the static.
It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's already happened. The original ceremonies are already being conducted
Yep.
where the eagle and the condor are together.
Yep.
You know what?
When the Rev mentioned his grandma, she was with him, so you felt her energy.
Yep. Absolutely.
This is not. It's not a religion.
Mm-mm.
We are a part of all that is. That energy can't. It's still here. It can only transform. And that's our duty as well. We've got higher heights to soar from, and we're protected up there. We're protected up there by all that is.
And
I
we're protected here
I accept
too.
that.
Yeah, when we are allowing ourselves to be that simplicity, that purity, that pure love, and we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be perfect because I know I dip down to the single finger salute from time to time. Right? Oops, oops. I love you. Um, and we all are human and we're living this human thing. But to recognize within us that divinity and that pure love and that ancient wisdom and that holy power that isn't religion, it's even beyond spirituality. It is the eternal presence of everything that we are created within.
It's
It's
personal
so much
reality.
bigger, yes, so much bigger than we have words for. But you guys feel it. You guys feel it. Everybody who's drawn to the show. Even if you're on YouTube 3 months later and you're passing through and you take 2 minutes, like, ooh, what is this? I'm talking to you too. Because you feel it, you're drawn to it. It's like, wow, nothing can keep it from you. Nothing, nothing. Not algorithms or blah 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 blah. So whatever the things are that try to gear and steer something, it's we're greater than that. And it's 4:44 p.m. right now here where I'm at. The power of that angelic essence that's within all of us. Dude, do you know we're all angels? We are all expressions. We are all like the tentacles of the divine that are expressing ourselves in so many different ways. And it's so important to get definite, to create a definite choice that we're choosing to tap into that holy space. And you guys, you're not going to find it out there. It's not out there. It used to be, there used to be bits and pieces of it, but it's almost like kind of a dark shroud has been placed over it. But that's okay because that's our time to shine. The light has always been within, the divine light has always been within. And part of keeping that light shining is to do what you love to do every single day. Do something that lights you up. Do something that lights you up. Take moments of silence. Matter of fact, when we had our last meeting, and I don't think I told you guys when we were talking, but I had a thought of like, we need to do a Bridgewalkers Day of Silence, where it's like we all choose to a day for us all together, the whole Bridgewalker family here, to have a day of silence. Ooh, I'm getting chills. To where we spend time in our inner world, in our inner vision, in our inner temples, and to seek that light, that pure love, that simplicity. Dare I say, God from within, the eagle, the condor that's in within, right? And so I thought that would be fun. So I'm throwing that out there to you guys, to whether we do it as a group or we do it as individuals. I'm kind of seeding, I'm being a farmer a little bit now, seeding an idea of taking that time to seek the truth from within. Be your own inner guru, if you will. That word always cracks me up. I'm like, guru, guru, guru. Where did that word come from? Guru. You're your own. And it really is. Dana is always so much talking about being in compliance, complying to things. We have the choice. We have the choice. And it's amazing when we don't buy into the things that have very little power around us. It goo goo or guru, Lamar. It we take its power away. There's no power there when we no longer give it power. How powerful are you that you can shift reality on a mere choice, a mere personal choice? How powerful are you? It's important to think on that. And there's something else that I was shown too that I wanted to share with you guys. I was shown on that Tuesday after the whole solstice thing because I could really feel a change in my world, in my everythingness. I was shown that like a cube of like a gridded cube, a matrix, right? Where it was lines going this way in all the different directions and a cube, and it was green, like in the movie Matrix, right? That's how I always know I'm getting messages about it because it's got that weird green from that movie, and it's a cube. And I was shown humanity moving out of the cube, and this cube began to just diminish and began to almost like glitch kind of, and this new cube that was pure golden light, and it was a cube, it was a dimension, it was a thing, but a much bigger cube moving out of this old dying cube, this huge big golden cube with all the lines and stuff going through it, and it began to spin, and it began to create almost like a three-dimensional, well, it was a merkaba ultimately, but it was spinning, this cube that was spinning, creating a merkaba. And it's what we're creating when we accept that we are in this new place where we can create these things, where we're letting these old thoughts, these old belief systems, these old things that have tied us up in knots, and we're leaving it behind. And it's not even processing it anymore. It's not like, oh, I got to go to the healer and I got to get it fixed. It's like, no, you got to choose to look forward and get moving. It's choices, and it's so power. It's that inner authority. We have to take authority over our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings, our emotions. We have to be self disciplined. We have to have self respect, right? We have to do this now. Oh, is that an illusion? Maybe. Maybe it's my illusion. I'm projecting out into the world. It's like, come on, let's get on this new cosmic wave and let's create something new together. But it's really important. Do the things that you love. Do the things that bring you joy. If you're doing something and it just brings you down and makes you feel weighed down and just like, oh, I can't do it.
Then don't do it.
Exactly.
Don't do it.
Choose something different because the universe is going to support you and lift you. If you know something is just dragging you down, don't do it anymore. The universe will support you. Make a different decision. Start doing the things that you love. Do you love petting your cats and dogs? Spend time with them, more conscious time, not while you're watching TV, not while you're cooking dinner, not just conscious connection. Our animals, our pets, these creatures that have chosen to be here with us, they've made a conscious decision to be a part of our human experience, and they're unconditional love. Now, there's some of them that are a little bit crazy because many of you met my cat, Mikey. Whoa. But he held a sacred space here, right? And so the animals, the being in the sun, the taking a walk at sunset, what is it that floats your boat and blows your hair back? Start doing more of that. Start choosing the new terrain, the new atmospheres that we have been lifted to by our own choices in the past to get out of the matrix, or you wouldn't be here and you wouldn't be listening to this either.
Something the the entities and energies when I was first working on the video that I did
Mm,
shared something that can break it down a little bit more. But before I share that, Lamar's comment about isolation is the nation of creation. I
yeah.
really, really like that. But what the entities and energies were saying is that since we are eternal beings, ancient beings, that we could look at as an analogy that we are a book. Every day is a chapter. And the key words they gave me that we wake up with a package of energies already
Yeah.
going. We go to bed with a package of energies. And to think about those package of energies when we wake up and when we go to bed, and what are those energies during the day to fill our chapter that we have everything that you both have been saying. And that it just breaks it down to understand it a little bit more. And we just take the time to what we allow and don't allow. And, oh, I need this. Do we really need that kind of energy? Oh, I need this kind of energy. But like I said in the video, to be Rev is so simple. Trying to be what the culture wants is very, very difficult. Them trying to mold and do all the other things that they do. But I really like that analogy. It wasn't from me. It was from them about that package of bed energy we go with and the package of energy we wake up with. I think that's very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we consented that we accepted all of it. We consented to it. We carry it. We carry, whether we should or not. It's at some ceremonies, like when you go there, they're like, leave your baggage at the gate. Pick it up on your way back out. But if you want to, that is. But or you can just leave it there forever because what good's it done you so far? I mean, and that's the truth. And when we spend time working on ourselves, and when some of these ceremonies are, they can be from any consensual, just split second affair to stretch out over several days of what does the universe want out of me? What's it trying to tell me? It wants me to sit down. I'm sitting here because I need this relation. And I know I'm related to everything, and anything and everything I think about, like I start resonating that frequency, it starts ringing its bell, So, if I want to resonate in loss, man, there's every bar is full of loss, right? So but like, and you know what, they have a place and a purpose. I'm not so, and what that is to recollect ourselves, and if that takes running off to the woods for a decade or two to separate yourself from the stagnant reality of this this commercial construct, to really like wonder what where truth begins or ends, and where our own truth begins or ends, where other people's truths begin or end. We should be able to allow space for all these things, and we need to, and offering ourselves that space, that's where it begins. So spending time with ourselves daily, with no urban things just invading us, but also all the things that we buy, they all have everything we purchase has it has a commercial consciousness attached to it. So what do you want? What do you want in your house? Do you want Hollywood in your house, or do you want homemade? Because homemade has a tendency of holding love.
Yeah.
But Hollywood, they use love, and it's not for the right reasons. And that's us growing our consciousness helps us be better balanced in the future by studying the larger field of life. Some things may be disappointing, but you know what? It helps us reprioritize our previous misallocations through wrong perceptions. And once we clear all that out of the way, the universe has an opportunity to work through us as a pure vessel. And the mandatory thing is accepting it's accepting our own love, our own worth, because if we can't, then then there will be friends there to greet you. There's going to be friends that greet you either way, whether you do or you don't. They might be the ones you want, and that's your own thoughts bringing them in. We are worthy. We were put here. We may experience a lot of things that are not us, and they try to have this stagnant frequency sticking to us, but we're not that. We're not that. No matter how many of the wrong people consent to that, we will be what we need to be, and it's not our duty to follow the world. It's to follow our own heart through love, like Rev always says.
And the other thing that comes to mind too is really beginning to really pay attention to how you feel around different situations, different people, different things. Like, do you feel lifted and elevated?
Yeah. Do
Or
you feel loved where you're at?
Yeah.
You know what do you, and that's everywhere you go when you're looking at the sugar aisle, do you feel love, or do you feel like there might be some snakes like behind every bag of crap that's I mean there's energies attached with all these things, and the thing is we no one tells us any of these things. Either you're in tune and it tells you, or like it kicks your butt until you figure it out, and I'm like, I'm sorry, some of my genes didn't have the wisdom in these ways, and I had to figure that out, and we each should. There's only so much that our ancestors can tell us, but when we carry their heart inside of us, they're always with us. And they're always a part of us. They can help us. Help us make better decisions in the future. And whatever we frame is what we'll receive. So,
and it is that isolation, that being in the quiet, to where we really tap into that. Sometimes we need to get away from the words, get away from the thoughts, the words in our head, the thoughts, and really just get into the feelings and feeling where you're at and what you're doing and how you're functioning, and ultimately, when you can move into that quiet space within you, you'll always find that divine flow. But I'm always going to call it the divine, because to me it is such a sacred divine place. And there's so many different words around that. If I say the word God, some people are like, oh, I don't want the God thing, or Christ. Nope, that's not for me. Well, it's beyond words. It's the feeling and that living simply, the getting rid of the dross. I love that word, dross. It's like the gooey, sticky things that just stick. Dana, you use that term, the things that stick to you. And it really, really does. It's like, oh, get rid of that. We can find that within us that is, again, beyond words. It's beyond thinking. It's experiencing. It's feeling. Don't be afraid to feel. Don't be afraid to feel your inner beauty and your inner power and your inner love. Don't be afraid to feel the love you have for yourself. Because when you do, you are tapping into those pure love energies that our beloved Rev always talks about. Pure love. It's the simplest thing. And it's in here, and it's the universe. Everything we think of out there is in here, And it's so exciting when you begin to ponder on that and think on that and meditate on that and spend some time in quiet on that concept. I know I've had several experiences, especially in the last couple of weeks, where it's like, oh my God, there is something fantastic within me that is beyond me. It's like a universe within me. It's like the whole total, all of it is inside. And I had many, many years, 15 years ago, and I've told this story before, and Moose is asking me to say it again. Is I was meditating, I'm sitting on my bed, and all of a sudden I feel this thing right up here in my third eye. And I'm smelling like this musty smell. And I'm afraid to open my eyes because I'm like, I don't even want to know what this is. And I open my eyes, open my third eye, kind of, but my eyes too. And backing up, it's this huge moose, and it's looking at me, and it says to me, as soon as you realize everything that is out there, and I'm feeling myself floating in space, right? There's stars and nebulas and planets and like beyond that. And he goes, is in there. And all of a sudden I'm back in my bed and I can look in my body and I can see everything I saw that I thought of as space, as outer space, as that expanded places that we've never been, is inside of me. And I was like, whoa. And I look up and I see the moose walking away, his butt, right? Boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom. And before he walks through that wall, he turns around with this massive rack. And he goes, then I'll talk to you. He was gone. It was amazing. And it's only been in the last few years while I've understood what the heck he was trying to tell me. That all of creation is within. And the journey is finding that. And all of the complications fall away when we realize that we are the universe and we create the universe, all of us together. And we have responsibility to ourselves and others to be in that space now. We've come this far together as one, as beautiful divine souls. Let's keep going. Let's not give up because it's crazy town out there. It's like, holy Moses, who's the captain of this ship right now? Because I think it's headed for the reefs. Exactly. It's like, where's the lighthouse, right? There's rocks up there. Somebody turn the ship. We can do that. We can turn our ships, right? It's funny. Oh my God, my brain.
Do you all see a vineyard grape? What she put? Do you see it?
I cannot read what it is. It looks like it's dancing and music.
What kind of instrument is that? Can you tell?
No. Is it a harmonium?
Is it a guitar?
This is when I first saw this is all that came to me for everyone. We all have, and you've been describing it, both of you very well, who we are inside as eternal ancient beings, the mystical and the magic we have within us. When Dana, when you sing, drum, rattle, you do that with the energies. I use this on the closing of Celebration of Consciousness this past week with water because you created it for me. And whenever I use this, this amazing energy between our friendship and the love that you put into this rattle keeps going. The energy's always there. Michele, when you do your visualizations and prayers, always, for as long as I've known you, it's the same thing. That's just like everything expands. It's beautiful. Now, the vineyard grape, if you were in the same room, auditorium of her playing the violin, she takes you there. She takes you there. That's why I wanted to make sure. And this is the quote that came to me when I saw her violin on Vineyard Grape's comment. This was one of my favorite writers in high school and college. I used to carry one of his books under my arm. And this was his quote, before I tell you who it is. Quote, simplicity is the glory of expression. End of quote. That was Walt Whitman.
Yes.
That was Walt Whitman, who lived in the 19th century. Simplicity is the glory of expression. To me, that's each and every one of us. When we can love ourselves like that and figure out our tags, our talents, abilities, and gifts that we have, some that we still need to find because of all this cover-up energy that we have to work through, go through, and release, that we're all like that. And then when you get all these high vibration people together, like we've done at ceremonies, that's why portals open up and angels come and cosmic cousins come and the little people. They're attracted to these energies of pure love working through each and every one of us. And it's amazing. So I thank her for putting that violin up to stir all these energies up.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Grapey. I love that you play the violin. That is one of my favorite instruments that I never learned to play. I did the basics. I did the piano and the guitar and the drum, right? But the violin is always one of those ones that stirs my soul. Stirs my soul. Even when it's the devil went down to Georgia, right? So powerful. Thank you. And thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Rev, I love to know that about her. That's super cool. Mm.
But we're all like that.
Mhm.
I can say that because I know who she is, and we miss her because she used to live in proximity with us, but she moved far away. But we're all like that. Every one of us are amazing beings of the more.
Yeah, we all
And
have
loving
our
ourselves will help express these talents, abilities, and gifts that not just bless us, the cosmos, other entities, and higher energies. It's an amazing circle of life, of love. It really is. Even on the craziness of what the world's going on. So,
and giving ourselves the time to separate ourselves from all that extra stuff that's always trying to impose in our mind, that's that's the one I've been working on lately myself.
right? Haven't we all? Oh my gosh. And you know what's cool? It's kind of neat because what occurred to me is we all are instruments in the great orchestra, right? We're all instruments. It's the frequency. And some play physical instruments that put that out into the universe, but our frequency is part of that orchestra. And when we're connected to ourselves and we're connected to that divine within, our instrument is pure. Our frequency is pure. The frequency we send out, the music we send out to the universe is pure. Sometimes when we're off kilter, it's a little discordant, but you know what? There's a place for that too in music. There's a place for that too in music. And wow.
I'm no professional. I would much rather enjoy personalness than an unconscious professionalism that feels commercial.
Yeah.
And because love, the whatever song I sing, love better be coming through it. I need you to feel the love coming through it. And I want it to fill all the spaces that you need. I want the Rev stories to fill all these spaces, and Michelle's just healing presence to help prepare spaces. And every show we do, all night long after that show, and by the next morning, I know things got done. Things are in motion all night long. I feel like I'm all around the world. My spirit is everywhere around the world, doing all this cosmic work that says, hey, there's this relation over here. Don't forget about that one. It's like, oh yeah, but I don't know nothing about that. Well, it don't matter. Where there it is. Just feel it, like it's in motion. Don't worry about it. Just know it's in motion. It's all good. And every time I wake up the next morning after doing these shows with you guys, I know that we've harmonized our frequencies in a consensual way that makes this space a better place. So that's my only personal ambition. Hopefully that's everyone else's too. Yeah, I know, and I know it is, or I wouldn't be helping out.
Well, and you know what's cool too? It's like our show, Bridgewalkers, is blessed in each and every one of you, but we're also bringing this frequency to YouTube, to social media, to the greater consciousness. It's like it goes out, it's ripples in a pond, boom, 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 boom.
One of us will say something that somebody will repeat in somewhere, and they might be getting paid for it. But that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It is okay.
We serve spirit, and we frame our lives in a way that allows for spirit to take care of us. And when we live in that space and we accept no other, it will, because it's bound to us just as much as you're bound to it. You can call it God, you can call it this, you can call it that. I don't care what you call it. This is a direct relation with you and all that is. I want the best one we can have, and everybody, all of us needs a little help in that way, especially myself. I've spent a lot of time trying to shed the skin that no longer fits, or that other people gave me, which I never belonged, was never my birthday, and that was never my suit to begin with. But if I accepted it, then I'll start feeling that frequency, and it can any acceptance can become our help or shadow. So being careful with what we do accept. I accept the loving on you guys. I accept the change in this world by helping lay this foundation for future consciousness programs. We're not programmed. I rehearsed no thing, but I guess it's a program technically. So.
Hopefully we're programming something good.
Yeah.
I think we probably are. It's our intention. I like to think of it as a playground, not a program.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I definitely prefer that language better. I use the wrong words sometimes.
That's okay. I can see how it is a programming in a way. It's used for that, but it's our playground to spread that love and that joy that we know is who all of you are too. It comes from our love and our joy within us, that playground. We all get to just find that childlike innocence and joy and curiosity, in this new terrain that we're in. And also, I want to say this really quick before we let Dana start singing us into heaven. Praise to Jesus. Word on the street is that we charge for Bridgewalkers. We're not sure where that is coming from, but just so everybody knows, we are on YouTube, and you cannot charge for YouTube, and we're not charging anybody anything. And we kind of have been giggling about it and alluding to a little bit that with our conversation, because we're finding it kind of funny. It's like, well, is that the universe telling us it's time for us to start charging? So we decided that if you do choose to send money, we want gold and silver. Don't send us any of that fiat money crap.
Mhm.
Bars, not coins.
Yeah, and no coins because those things can be fake. We want solid bars of gold and silver. We'll accept nothing less. That is our choice. We will comply only to gold and silver. And we send that out there for wherever that is, that maybe it's somebody, or multiple somebodies who really need this, right? And so we're sending that out there in love and peace and harmony, that we're here for everyone. We do not charge, you know we don't charge. We're here for love, absolutely pure love, like Dana's been saying, and Rev always displays in such the most deep, beautiful, profound ways, that we're here for you guys. We really do love you. Even if we've never crossed paths, even if this is the first time you've ever heard this or seen the show or seen our faces, we love you. We truly do. It's that namaste thing. I see another me in you, right? The you and me is honored for that connection. And we want you guys to know that. We're sincere. It is the foundation of this show, is to be here to love you and play along the way. Get some giggles, share some information, throw some little sparkles of frivolity. maybe maybe make you cry a little bit. Maybe bring up some tears of truth, some goosebumps of wow, because we're in a divine space, and that's where the God bumps, right? People's called the God bumps. That's where they come from. So we really want to thank all of you guys for being here. And Dana, are you ready to bang that drum? Oops,
Yeah,
headbanger came out for a second there.
yeah, yeah. I'll try to use that one. We'll see. I got to get this first one out, and then I'll try and work the drum one in.
Okay.
But this I will. I mean, we will. But I'm not sure which one's going to come out, if it's going to be with the drummer. But
That's okay.
um,
I'm just gonna turn you loose on the
well,
universe and see what happens.
the thing is like, beyond this great veil, I'm a part of you. I am you. You're me. We can, just because we have this, and by that I mean Christ consciousness. Uh, that's what we've chosen that as our destination. It's not a religion; it's science. Jesus spoke science. He didn't create religion.
Yeah.
A government did later, after it made him disappear for uh, biting into company profits. So, and that's our, and we have our responsibility is to live an honest reality, an authentic reality, as best as we can, and that will shift every day of our life with every choice we make, uh, every decision we do and we don't make. So I'm going to sing a commercial song that, on its face, gives the appearance of of a guy with having dreams for about another guy's woman. However, um, I don't see it that way. This song it's about the presentation of a lustful circumstance, but already making the right decision in advance, um, and us being accountable to sticking with the right decision, and not being temporarily blinded by any magnetic thing that wants us to move, perhaps for its own useful purposes. And it's also allowing ourselves to recognize beauty for what it is when we see it, without inhibitions, and without a need to worry. When you see something sacred, it's okay to know it's sacred. And as long as we are moved to make the right choice, with the, and to simply do the right thing. I mean, like life is as simple as that. But it's also about it's about that temptation, and it's about honoring it, and it's about knowing that that's not for me. Yeah. It's about recognizing it, seeing it, honoring it, and saying, you know what, that may have been good enough for me in the past, but not the future, because I know that every choice I make now equals the future. Every thought I think equals the future, and I'm gonna frame the right stuff into my life. So I'm gonna honor, I can honor the shiny things without a need to have them, because they don't belong to me. I belong to everything. So love rules, and that's what fills my heart, and I'm good with that because I know that I'm beautiful.
All right, I can't wait.
La da da da, la da 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 da, yeah yeah, yeah yeah, la da da da, la da da da, yeah yeah yeah, yeah yeah. So my life is brilliant, my love is pure. Yeah, I saw an angel, that I'm sure. Saw her on the subway. She was with another man, but I won't lose no sleep on that, 'cause I got a plan. You're beautiful, you're beautiful, and you're beautiful, that's true. And I saw your face in a crowded place, and I don't know what to do, 'cause I'll never be with you. La da di da, la da di da da, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, she caught my eye as I walked on by. She could see on my face, Lord, I was flying high, and I don't think that I'm gonna see her again. But we shared this moment that will last till the end. You're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, it's true. And I saw your face in a crowded place, and I don't know what to do, because I'll never be with you. La da di da, la da di da, yeah, 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 yeah. La da di da, la da di da, yeah, 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 yeah. I love you. You're beautiful. You have your path. I honor that. I have my path. I honor that. Let's love each other.
I know. Let everything that's ready to fall away, fall away. Let everything that's ready to come to you on this journey in full love be seen. I hope.
I love you all. Thank you.
Beloved love, I am. I am you. You are me. We are one. I am that. I am. The one soul, the one heart, the one divine presence. Let that be our experience. And we know as we make that choice, it can only manifest, it's all that it is. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. And let's just have everybody take a nice deep breath together. Just feel that unity. Feel that presence together. Feel that one presence that flows in through and as each and every one of us. All of life, every soul, every presence. We just feel that we remember who we are as that pure love. And we thank you so much for coming here to the Bridgewalker Playground. And we send oceans of love your way until we meet again. And we feel each and every one of you, and we're so grateful. Aho. Amen.
Thank you.
So it is.
Thank you.
Blessings, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Mm.
Thank you, everybody. All your comments, they're beautiful. Much obliged.
And all the gold bars too. Thank you in advance.
Yeah, appreciate those in advance. I'll say thanks in advance for those too.
Amen, brother Ben. We love you guys.
I think they can appear somewhere for somebody.
Hey, it's in my consciousness now.
Well, as long as if we're open to something, and we pick up the cosmic communication device, and we stick with it, it can produce results.
Absolutely. And we see it for all of you too. Bring on the gold bars.
I want to hear some gold bar stories.
I want to hear some next month. Next month, the third Tuesday in May. We want to hear gold bar stories, guys. We can do it. We're all in this together.
No pressure.
No pressure. We love you guys. So many blessings.
Thank you all. Blessings.
Thank you.
Beautiful blessings. We love you all.
We love you.
Sweet dreams.